Hey everybody, welcome in. It is July 16th, 2018. What's up? So we are 5 weeks away from the draft party weekend. That's nuts. We are just about to enter training camp. Preseason's just around the corner. And then, of course, with preseason and training camp comes the beat reporters overly hyping or overly pessimistic about certain players. And now you get to sift through that bullshit from now to the regular season and basically guess. So yes, we'll enjoy another session of PD Sunshine's, pre-hype bullshit. If no one knows who PD Sunshine is, or they think I'm making that name up, Google it. There's a certain head coach in a certain conference that's also been a rival to Arizona in general for many years, that is notorious for his overstatement of positivity. Anyway, so enough about that. I wanted to briefly talk about the departure times poll that I posted in our draft party weekend event. Not this page, but the other event page. Please take a moment if you guys could just go in and vote on those times. Travis and Hill, you guys are set. Obviously, I'm not talking to Hillary because she's not all in this group, but just shouting out loud who's done voted so far. Gabe's posted on it, but since Gabe's leaving that Friday, I don't know, but I'm taking that as Gabe's leaving on Friday. Also, Gabe, just to confirm, I believe Ashlyn's leaving with you on that Friday. Pretty sure. Just trying to figure out the numbers, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Anyway, if everyone could just take a moment, pause this video, go ahead and vote which times you would want you are able to leave, and then let me know in terms of work flexibility. Let's just say, for instance, like, you have the full day off, but you have an appointment, and so that you can only leave at like noon or later. That's fine. Just let me know, just so we can figure out, what's the best way to do this. We will need 3 people to drive. I will drive my Subaru Forester. We'll probably need another decently sized vehicle. I'm sorry, Brady. I feel like I do this to you every year, but I appreciate it. Probably have to volunteer Brady again for driving. Again, since we're going to have multiple people going, on that day, and then also Sunday we're going to have 4 vehicles. We probably don't need a third excessively large vehicle, so if someone wants to drive their small sedan or something like that, that's fine too. I think as long as we can have like 3 to 4 people per car, that would be great. Because we're going to have to, bring everyone's luggage, which probably won't be that much just because we're going to be beachwear, but, we'll bring other stuff. We're going to bring coolers so we can bring that to the beach. So, yeah, we'll figure out those type of specific items as we get closer, especially food, too. We'll discuss that as we get closer, but again, just right now the focus is the departure time, so we can get all that straightened out, figure out figure out that day, and then we can figure out everything else from there. So, I also wanted to propose this rule change and at least get the conversation going about it. So in years past, and I believe I've mentioned this, but please, and now this is kind of a reminder for everyone, if you have rule changes or if you would like to propose or discuss anything involving our league, now's the time to bring it up. So not saying that there is or anyone else, I'm just saying now's the time to get it out in the open. If you want to message me privately on a certain thing, please let me do. I will never say no to a suggestion, except for, and this is funny because I think before I have jokingly said I will say no to everyone making the playoffs, but that's hold on. But please, I will not say no to any idea unless it's like absolutely just like ridiculous, like it's just not possible. So I'm assuming that's not going to include anyone. But please, I encourage anyone, if you have any rules or any ideas, please suggest them. I love that part of the league management part of it. I really enjoy and love and appreciate doing as much as I possibly can to make this league as competitive as possible. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. We will vote on them at the draft party weekend. We will have our little debate session about certain topics, and we will vote on them. Anyway, so the rule change that I wanted to bring up was everyone makes the playoffs. And before you freak out, you lose your mind, or everybody else, or what's going to happen to the ball sack. I have answers for every single one of them. So the reason why I'm saying this is because last year, Gabe, and rightfully so, I think Gabe's absolutely right about this. If you get the 7th seed, you avoid the sack, which is great, but then you don't play for anything. And you're kind of in that position if you're the 7th and 8th seed. And then you're kind of the same way when you're avoiding the sack in general, too. So there's really not much to play for. You have the top 6 seeds. They all make the playoffs. The first 2 have a bye, which I love. And so Travis and I have been talking about that. We'd spent a lot of time on the phone talking about it and going over this. Travis has suggested maybe we go playoffs to 7th and 8th seed. And I was thinking, well, as the 1 or 2 seed, if you're a top player, you really deserve a bye of some sort. You deserve not facing the 8th seed in the first round and then getting eliminated. Like you've done really well. So I was thinking, well, what is another way we can go about this? What's another way we can kind of address this with still rewarding, the top seeds, but also at the same time making it so people aren't doing nothing at the end of the year. So I figured, why not everyone make the playoffs? Now, it sounds a little bit crazy, but it all makes sense. We can absolutely do this within Yahoo. How it would do is we would have one less regular season game, and then you would basically have a 4-week playoff. So how it would work was that the 1 through 4 seeds would all get a bye. So we could have division winners all get a bye, top 4 players the top 4 players record-wise get a bye, however we want to do it, and then we would have 5 playing the 12 seed, 6 playing the 11th, 7 playing the 10th, 8th versus the 9th. And basically, those people, so those 8 teams, whoever loses those rounds, those 4 people would then play for the ball sack. You would then play in the consolation bracket all the way to 12. So we would still have a ball sack. What would make this incredible is that now you need a top 4 seed to avoid the sack, which I love, because now it's no longer like you just need to make the playoffs to avoid the sack, or you just need to be a top 8 team to get the sack. You just need to be a top 4 seed. You need to be a top 4 seed. Now anyone from 5 to 12 can get the ball sack, which makes it so much more exciting. There's so much more at stake in terms of that. You now have 12 seeds that, even though they had, rough seasons or whatever else, now have a chance to get into the playoffs and win the championship, which I think is incredible. That's the whole point of the season, is even though we kind of are favoring it towards the top or the higher seeds because they're playing the lower seeds, this is the best way to go about it. So, I think this is a great idea. I know Travis thinks this is a great idea. It's really up to you guys and what you guys think. But ultimately, that was my proposition. So definitely let's talk about it. I think it's an awesome idea. But again, it's really up to all of us in totality. So please let me know your thoughts and comments about this. We aren't going to make a decision on this. We'll make a decision on it when we get to draft party weekends. This will change a little bit of scheduling, but the plan is to at least discuss this at least 24 hours before the draft, so that we won't have what happened last year, which we fuck up the draft and we can't have it. So anyway, I hope everyone takes this well, and good luck to everyone in your mock drafts, and please go ahead and vote on that poll. All right, peace out.